Hello everyone, welcome to this video. First of all, I'm going a series project implementations related to Azure series. Okay, so here what we are going to cover in the sense first video will be like deploying static website using Cloud Init under VM, and then continuation I will go show ahead about related to show about basic Git commands to work with Git locally and how to upload them into the GitHub. This is the thing I wanted to make a part 2 video, and then part 3 I will be mentioning it as deploying static website under virtual machine skill sets. And then fourth one, I'll be mentioning it as deploying static website using Azure Load Balancer. And the fifth one, I'm going to mention one app service here. Under that, we are publishing one website by using any published profile, or otherwise, the second option which we can go for submit code using deployment center using external Git option. Any of these options you can implement as a projects and you can showcase here in your resume. So as part of this video, so firstly, I'll going to talk about deploying a static website under Cloud Init under VM. So first, let's go ahead and create the VM first, and then we'll talk about how it will works. Okay, just I'm going to the virtual missions here. Okay, before first, I'm going to create the resource group. Firstly, the resource group name which I'm going to give here is like selecting the my subscription and defining like my name. Mother Narji is the resource group, and then I'm going to mention it as India. So if you are using free trials, go ahead and select it as, don't select it as East US and Central India. Either you can go for Australia East, Australia, Australia East, or otherwise North Europe. Okay, North Europe, and then something like you can choose any other regions over there. Okay, or New Zealand, Asia Pacific, Canada Central. You can go ahead and select this kind of regions over here. Go for recommended only. Don't go for any other regions over here. Understanding? So you can go ahead and select this any kind of regions over here. After selecting it, you just click on review plus create. You just click on review plus create. Once it got created, next go back to the virtual missions. Go back to the virtual missions, and here, like uh, in this video, what I'm going to do is first one I will be mentioning it here. I will manually mention the steps here. You can see. Firstly, create a resource group, which I have completed now. Now I wanted to create the VM here. So for this, I'm going to utilize Linux Ubuntu Virtual Machine over here. So if I go back to the portal and click on Azure Virtual Machine, and then after clicking on this, you just check here. You can select your resource group here and then provide the name here. I'm going to mention it as VM1. Okay, VM1 I'm going to mention, and then Central India I can select it. Available if you want you can put it. Okay, I can just ignore this one. For this practical I'm not selecting any kind of implementations like this. First, why I'm showing this one in the sense, see here we are implementing this custom script. How to deploy this one I will tell you. Okay, you just go here, and then you can select your virtual machine and VM name, region, and then availability options. No infrastructure redundancy required. Select this one. Select this option. Okay, even if you go for availability zone concept or virtual machine scale set, any of these things, you can go recommend this concept, which I'm going to tell now. Okay, select it as virtual machine configuration as V1S, 1 CPU and 1 GB of RAM. And after that, go ahead and select that username and password. Let's select the username and password, which I wanted to put it. Okay, and after that, you can see I have mentioned the username and password. And selected port number, select it as HTTP and SSH over here. After selecting it, just click on disks. If you wanted to change the disk, you can change it. By defaultly, if it is Linux virtual machine, we are going to get like image like 30 GB over here. Okay, just leave it as default. Nothing to change anything. Just click on review plus create. Just click on review plus create. Before I head, if I deploy something called as post deployment, pre-deployment, I wanted to create this something called as script here. So with this script, what I'm going to do is, without logging to the VM, I can able to update the repositories. I can able to install the Nginx over here, and also I can able to download some of the code which is available from the GitHub. And then I wanted to place this file into something called as like into this folder. Okay, into this location, like where Nginx will be located. Okay, like this, I wanted to do a step. So just observe here. Okay, if I go to the advanced section, Here we have something called as custom data and cloud init over here. So inside of this, you just copy the instructions which I'm pasting it here in my comment section, or otherwise in the GitHub link, I will be posting this kind of scripts. Okay, just copy this one and then paste it over here so that it will deploy a website to me. Okay, static website. So for this VM1, you can observe here, it is going to create like it is updating the repository, it is installing the Nginx, and it's going to download. I mean, Git will be already pre-installed in this Ubuntu server. So it is going to the C drive like temp directory. In Windows, C drive will be there like in the same fashion. Here we have something called as slash here. Okay, this is the C drive in Linux here. Okay, and then ampersand in the sense within the single line I'm executing this complete line, and then I'm moving that whatever the code which is pasting in this folder, I'm moving that code into this Nginx location here, this Nginx location here. I hope it will works now. Okay, and after that you just check here. I will just change some other point as well here. I will just remove this one. I'll paste it like this. Okay, I'll remove this one as well. Okay, like this I'm going to mention. And here also the naming conventions is changing. Okay, something like this I'll mention. Just click on review plus create. Okay, I'll just click on review plus create and just check here validation is passed. You can go here one more time. You just check this one. Okay, I'm going to change the script as well. Okay, and then you can see once pasting is done, you can click on deployment, review plus create. Once validation is passed, and just click on create here. Okay, within a fraction of seconds, you will get the VM has been deployed. Okay. It will be in the progress within a lesser than minute. It will going to create it. So in the meanwhile, you just observe here. Once the deployment is over, we need to grab the public IP address and then paste it in the browser. Paste it in the browser. Okay. You just check here how it's going to works. Let the VM deploy and let's check. You can see the VM has been deployed here. If I go to the resource, immediately don't go here check and upload it. Once you deploy the VM, just wait for 2 minutes because post deployment actions will take place time to create it over here. Okay, so Azure having this kind of thing over here. Okay, it will take some kind of background check. It will take nearly 2 or 2 minutes like that, lesser than it. Okay, once you done it, just click on the public IP address, copy it, copy the public IP address. Okay, mention in this browser itself. Okay, mention here and paste it over here. And let's observe whether this particular site is going to come or not. You can see Nginx is coming here. That means as per the script, Nginx has been installed here. But after a few seconds, in this repository, if I open it if I copy this one, if I open it over in my browser, you just observe, it will give me something called as like this. Okay, this is the site which I wanted to install. Okay, this is the source code which I'm having in my GitHub repository. Now I wanted to host it over here. You can see here, if I click on refresh, it has to come, but it was taking time. Let's check it one more time. Let's check this in one more time. Like this, it was deployed. Okay. What I will do is, let's log into that VM. Let's log into that VM, copy the public IP address, open the PowerShell here, pwsh, pwsh, PowerShell. PowerShell 7 I have been installed. Please install this PowerShell 7. Okay. And then research username and the data of public IP address, give it. And then enter and type it yes here. Okay. And then provide the password and then log in it over here. So you'll get a prompt like this. You will get a prompt like this. Okay. If the prompt is successfully showing it here, that means you have successfully logged into this VM. Just click on Ctrl L to clear the screen. And once you done it, okay, just check here. Just go to something directory here. So just change into sudo directory, sudo su hyphen. So it will change into like this. Just type cd slash var www html and type ls. You can see it has been copied like this. Now what you have to do is, there is a small mistake which I have done in the script. There is a small mistake I have done in the script. Okay, I have moved it over here. Okay, so what I will do is, I will go to cd slash temp. Okay, and then if I type ls, it has been completely moved here. What should I have to do is, okay, cp hyphen r, or otherwise, let's execute git clone here one more time. Git clone. The same command I'm going to copying it. Copy this one and then paste it and click on enter. If I type ls, you can see my site folder has been there. Okay, you just what you have to do is cp hyphen r and then my site star and then slash var www html. Like this, you need to paste it over here. Okay, and click on enter. Now change it to cd slash var www html. Okay, if I type ls, you can see this is all the information which is there here. Okay, now if I go back to the portal, if I refresh the screen here, I'll get the static website over here. I'll get the static website over here. So these all the thing what we have to do is, what should we need to do in the sense, we need to use a shell script to implement these projects here. Okay, like which I had mentioned here, deploying static website using VMSS, deploying static website using Azure Load Balancer, deploying website under Azure App Service. These are all the things we need to do here. So let me do one more thing. So let me go ahead and create some shell script here. Okay. My site.sh, something like that I'm going to create. Inside of this folder, you just check here. I'll update this script here. Okay. I'll create one more VM. I'll create one more VM and I will paste it over here. But you just observe here what I'm going to do. Okay. Instead of move command, mv command, I'm going to mention here cp-r. Okay. And then each and every file combination, each and every file which is there, under it, I'm copying, pasting it over here. Okay. Let's execute this one into the VM2 script. VM. Let me create one more VM. Let's check. Create one more VM. Okay, and select your resource group and mention it as VM-2 here. Okay, Central India. You can select, it's up to you. I'm selecting as no infrastructure redundancy required. In the next videos, I will talk about availability zone and about mention scale sets over here. Okay, and let it be like this and provide the password and then okay, enter your password details. Okay, after entering the password details, you can just check the HTTP as well and uh, then next step, you just need to disks, nothing to change anything. Go for networking, nothing to change anything. Okay, understanding? Nothing to change anything. Before that, let me select the resource group. Yeah, correctly I have mentioned. Go to the advanced pad directly and then copy paste the script which we have created. Copy it and then paste it over here. And then click on review plus create. And then click on review plus create. Clicking on review plus create. Once validation is passed, let's click on create. Let's click on create. So what it's going to be happen, let's check whether this virtual machine is going to be deployed the static website or not. Let's go ahead and check it. Okay, it's going to take the time. Let's observe the steps. Okay, you just click on refresh. You can see the resources is deploying within a fraction of seconds, lesser than a minute. We'll get a deployment here. You can see now the deployment has been came up here. Go to the resource, click on it, and then click on the public IP address. Click on the public IP address and then paste it in the browser. Paste this in the browser. Okay, and click on enter. Let's check whether this site is going to become or not. Refresh. It's in the action. Just wait for 2 minutes and let's observe. Meanwhile, you can go to the network settings whether this port number has been created or not. Let's check this one. You can see SSH and HTTP port has been created. Okay. And just go to the browser one more time and paste it over here and let's check. You can see the site has been come up here. You can check the IP address as well. You can check the IP address as well. 4.240.3.31. Okay, let me copy it one more time. Just observe in the private window, paste it over here. You can see here. It has been, it has been continued to site. It has been deployed over here. So that's all for this related to project one implementation related to deploying static website using Cloud Init under VM. Okay. I'll go to the next parts. I will make a video about it. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for watching this video.